Generating traffic and sales can be a challenge for online merchants. But selling on the Walmart Marketplace puts your products in front of millions of customers who shop on Walmart.com. And right now, sellers who join Walmart Marketplace can save up to 50% on referral and fulfillment fees for the first 90 days. So get started today. Head over to marketplace.walmart.com/savings. That's marketplace.walmart.com/savings.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations, a weekly podcast focusing on e-commerce topics featuring interviews with prominent people in the e-commerce space.
Welcome to E-Commerce Conversations by Practical E-Commerce. My name is Kerry Murdoch. E-commerce merchants strive for repeat business from existing customers. Our guest today owns a company that has produced a mobile app using QR codes to encourage repeat orders. He is Dr. Alex Heifetz. The mobile app is QR Wave. Well, Dr. Heifetz, thank you for your time today.
Very glad to be here. Good afternoon.
Sir, your company, AHG, has written a mobile application that uses QR codes that I think could interest some of our e-commerce merchant listeners. We're going to talk about that application that you've written, but before we get to the application itself, I'm wondering if you can tell us what exactly is a QR code.
QR code is a simple abbreviation from Quick Response Code. It was invented in Japan by Toyota, or rather one of many subsidiaries of Toyota, in 1994. By that time, Toyota was using regular barcodes to track all the parts, all the details, and the vehicles during the manufacturing process very extensively. But by mid-1994, they figured out they are running out of capacities of barcodes. There are way too many parts, way too many details. And so before the designers of what became QR code, there were two major considerations. Number one, the new code, new system should be able to contain much more information than a regular barcode. And number two, because Toyota, of course, is known for its high effectiveness, this new system must be decoded at a high speed. Today, you will find QR codes way outside the Toyota or automotive industry or any manufacturing in general. It's used in a very wide range of applications, including, of course, manufacturing, shipping, entertainment. You can go into movies or a concert and see a QR code on the ticket. If you scan it, you will learn something a little bit more about the event you are visiting. It's used in the marketing and even as a tool that allows you to turn your phone into a payment instrument like a credit card.
Tell us, sir, about the application. Your company, AHG, which we'll get to here momentarily to discuss your company, but your company has developed a QR code application called QR Wave. Describe that application to us and how it applies to our audience of mainly smaller e-commerce merchants.
QR Wave, to put it in simple terms, QR Wave is a mobile commerce app based on QR code. But I would venture to say that QR Wave takes mobile commerce to the next level. And what I mean by that is real simple. Your customers or your listeners' customers are not always sitting in the front of the computer. They are in the store, they are working in the field, they are on the factory floor, in the shop, somewhere where they do not necessarily have access to the computer, to the internet. But they do have their phones almost all the time. Now, with QR Wave, your customers do not need to be in front of the computer to place an order. QR Wave allows them to place an order by simply scanning product QR and entering quantity. That's it. Let's say I need to submit an order for a box of bolts, and I have a old box in front of me. I take my phone from my pocket. I scan the QR code that was imprinted on the box or just stuck on the box. I enter how many boxes I need, and that's it. The order is submitted. Everything is done.
So is it fair to say, sir, that your application, merchants that sell recurring items to consumers or to businesses, those type of merchants would benefit most from using your application for their customers that have recurring orders? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
I think you are correct. QR Wave is fantastic for recurring orders. Let's say we are a small company, and it doesn't matter if we are in retail, if we are internet merchant, if we are brick-and-store shop. But let's say an employee fills an order and he notices that we have only one box or one pallet or one container or one barrel left of material. What will happen in a regular basis? In best case scenario, employee will make a mental order to tell somebody that they need to order more of this item, and hopefully he won't forget it later, and he will take it to the office, and hopefully they will not forget about this in the office, and sooner or later this item will be reordered. But there is always a chance that the employee will get busy with something else, and he will forget to tell it today, and the office will not receive this notice till later, maybe 2-3 days later. And to make a long story short, it's a good chance that you will run out of this item in your warehouse or in your back shop. It means big inconvenience for your customers. It means a lost business for you, and you can even lose a customer over it. With QR Wave, a simple scan of this last box will ensure that you do not run out of this item, and you keep customers happy, and your cash flow is all right.
So let's say, just to expand on that example, let's say that I am a merchant and I sell coffee beans online. I'm making this up. This is a hypothetical example. Let's say I sell coffee beans online, and my customers buy from me once a month on average. So if my customers had QR Wave on their phone, would they just scan the QR code on my coffee box or my coffee bean package, and that would automatically submit a new order to me without having them to sit down in front of their computer?
That's correct. And this also means that your customer will not run out of coffee, and they won't have to pay extra for expedited shipping. At the same time, it means that QR Wave helps ensure customer loyalty. You keep me as customer not only because you provide me a great product, but because it's extremely convenient for me to order from you, and it ensures I won't unexpectedly run out of my favorite coffee beans. It ensures that it's much easier for me to order from you than from 10,000 other merchants that sell the same coffee beans. Plus, and I think it's a big plus, you can use space near the QR code that I use for ordering to place additional QR codes. For example, this month it could be a sale. Maybe I am ordering coffee beans of one type, but you are overstocked with another type, and you can put QR code of additional type of coffee beans near my regular QR code and say, try this next month, only 15% discount or 25% discount. Or perhaps you might want to go the way of Starbucks that experiments with juices and teas, and you can place QR codes for juices and teas near my regular QR code and see, just test run, for example, these on your regulars and see what kind of response you get.
A lot of our merchants, a lot of our listeners, smaller merchants, they've worked hard to expedite the back-end ordering system. So if the merchants are, if they have say their own website, or perhaps they sell on alternative channels, maybe they sell on eBay, maybe they sell on an Amazon marketplace or another marketplace, they've worked very hard to expedite those channels to make the back office fulfillment, shipping, accounting process streamlined. So having said that, if one of these merchants or these merchants use QR Wave, your application, mobile application, how does that sink into the existing fulfillment and accounting processes that they already have in place?
And that's a great question because most, if not all of your listeners, they already have e-commerce systems in place, or at least they have some kind of accounting systems. I think that hardly anybody nowadays does accounting with pencil and paper anymore. And the good news is QR Wave is designed to easily integrate into practically any e-commerce system, or it can work if you are in this rare group that still uses pencil and paper. It can work as a standalone ordering solution in itself. It can communicate with existing system to obtain custom pricing information. If you have a little bit more advanced, that's probably what you have. You have custom pricing information depending on the customer, on how much is ordered, etc. Shipping options and pricing for the shipping options, etc. QR Wave can also submit orders to your system for processing and take into account all these custom options that you developed over time. Or you can include pricing and shipping information in the product QR code that's printed on the product or on the label that you stick onto the box, and receive placed orders in email or download them from the web using a secure web interface. Whatever you decide to do, whatever your ordering system is, QR Wave will fit right in. And if you need custom features, or you might need help with integration, we'll be happy to do it as well.
Walk us through that process for a merchant to set that up. So a merchant listening to this wants to set up QR Wave into a system, his or her system, a back office system. Is there an online interface that a merchant goes to put in all the particulars that you've just described so that it will feed into the proper places on their system? How does that work?
Yes and no. We will need to discuss with you if you decide to purchase the system from us. you need to tell us, I want this, that, and that. And we will tell you, okay, then we will set up your system in this manner and do it like this. It's not a big deal. It's nothing to write home about or nothing to worry about, but we need to know ahead of time how you want to set it up, maybe recommend some solutions for you, for your specific situation, etc.
So how much does all this cost? Merchants that want to do this, that they want, I think I've got like a 2 or 3 part question here for you, sir. One is how much it costs, where do they go to do it, and how long does it take to get it set up?
Standard system costs $300 setup, and then it is $100 per month for up to 2,000 products. So if you're a small to medium-sized merchant, that's probably will cover all the products you have. And this includes your access to online interface where you can create QR codes, up to 2,000 of them, download them one by one, or download all of them at once into your system, print them. It includes unlimited number of licenses for mobile phones, so as many of your employees as you want can download and use this system, use this application, use this app to use the system.
Can consumers, or how long does it take? How long does it take to get to get a merchant set up?
In simple cases, probably 1 to 2 days. Okay. But if you have rather complicated system in place with custom pricing, custom shipping pricing, a lot of customers with their own pricing, etc., in place, it will probably take longer for us to integrate exchange of information, which is technically not too hard to do. All exchange of information is done via XML files or even tab delimited files. But we will need to set it up and to test to make sure nothing is broken. You will receive your orders in time, etc. So in this case, it will probably take close perhaps to 2 weeks.
So it's, just to repeat, it's $300 setup. It's $100 per month for up to 200 orders. Did I say that right? 200 orders?
2,000 items that you sell.
2,000, I'm sorry.
Regardless of the number of orders you receive. We do not count them. We wish you receive as many orders as you can possibly fulfill. It's just 2,000 items that you have in your store, 2,000 line items.
Got it. And it's typically, for most setups, it's typically pretty quick, a day or two, and you can have a merchant up and running.
This is correct.
Okay. Let's change gears briefly, sir, on your company, AHG. Tell us a little bit about your company. Tell us where it's located, who owns it, when did you found it? I know you're the founder of the company, that sort of thing.
Well, we have been in business since 1994, and if my math is correct, that means that this September we will be celebrating our 18th anniversary. So it means we are getting into adulthood as a company.
Uh-huh.
So we are a small company with 5 full-time employees. We are located in State College, central Pennsylvania, and it also means that quite often when we need additional talents, one of the major benefits of our location, literally across the street from Penn State University, it means that we have access to a pool of young, very talented, very hungry, and very willing to learn young people whom we are happy to employ as interns on a part-time basis, etc.
Are you the owner, sir?
Yes, I am the major stakeholder.
Okay, all right. So, listeners to this, where do they go to learn more about QRWave or to actually start the ball rolling with using QRWave?
They can go to our major site, www.ahg.com. There is a link there to our site devoted specifically to this application, or you can go there directly to http://qrwave.ahg.com, or although we are pretty old and we are the company based, you can say, on internet, we still pick up the phone. So if your listeners have questions, we will be happy to answer them if they call 814-867-3200.
Okay. I'm going to repeat at the end of the interview momentarily. I'm going to repeat the two URLs and repeat the phone number. So we've got just 1 minute or so left here, sir. Anything else on your mind for our listeners who, of course, are e-commerce merchants?
Well, I would like to give a fair warning about, not of course, a fair warning about our program, but a fair warning about QR codes. And as somebody who is not only curious but in this business, whenever I see a QR code, I most of the time scan it, and I found many common errors that people do, and surprisingly or not surprisingly, these errors are oftentimes done by big companies. Since I understand your listeners are mostly from small to medium companies, I hope they can avoid these big stupid errors and get a leg up on the competition for big guys. And the major error is that people, let's say, create a QR code to link to their website where they supposedly provide some information, some additional data about their company. But you will be surprised how often you scan a QR code on, let's say, on a box of cereal or something like that made by a huge international company, and this QR code either will lead to nowhere, the website will not open on your phone at all, or the website will not be customized, optimized for mobile phone. You will have a very hard time finding anything there. It will not be optimized for mobile phone at all. Second mistake that is easily avoidable is that sometimes QR codes or mobile apps in general have no value to the customer. Just like in late 1990s, people were creating a website and then they scanned their sales brochures and put them on the web, and they were wondering why nobody is buying more of their product. The answer is because it's not in the interest of the customer. I, as a customer, don't get anything from looking at somebody's sales brochure. I receive enough of them in the mail and as a sales phone calls. So in order for your customers to become interested in something that you put out there, think about it from point of view of customer. What will it make customer's life easier? Will it save customer time? Will it save customer money?
Okay. All right. Well, for purposes of our listeners, we've been visiting with Dr. Alex Heifetz. Dr. Heifetz is the founder of AHG.com. That company has recently launched a mobile app called QR Wave. It's for the scanning of QR codes, and it could help merchants that sell recurring items to facilitate orders from their customers on those recurring items. Dr. Heifetz's website again is AHG. That's A as in Apple, H as in Harry, G as in good, AHG.com. The phone number that he has given us, if you want to call him or call his company, is 814-867-3200. The specific QR Wave URL, if you want to go directly there, is qrwave.ahg.com. And Dr. Alex Heifetz, the founder of AHG, we want to thank you for your time today, sir.
Thank you very much.
That's all the time we have for this week's e-commerce conversation. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in next week for another new episode.